We think today's shows are fast-paced, but Jesus, look at this. I feel like I just snorted cocaine-laced X through my corneas. Everyone else is getting epic battle introductions, and Jubilee is over here running from a mob, getting caught in an alley.
The fact that the perpetrator is believed to be a mutant.
Believed to be a mutant? Who looks at Sabretooth walking down their street and second-guesses this? He has fangs and claws.
She's one of them, Martha.
Martha? Why did you say that name? Martha!
Why is this happening to me?
Holy shit. For a second there, I thought this was about to be a musical. Also, things girls say during their first period. These Sentinels will soon be attacked by mutants, but ignore their threat because they are not an official target. So why would this robot stop to squish a dog that is clearly no threat at all?
Identification error. Non-living objects. Begin tracking program.
Why the wouldn't you be using the tracking program right now? I know this show takes place in the 90s, but their fictional robot characters don't use Windows 95, right?
Mommy! Buy me that!
Kids.
Can't you do something?
What do you want me to do? Arrest them?
Officer trying not to his pants would be excellent at TVSins.
You must like to play cards.
Unless I got someone to play with.
We're basically in the Mutants version of Satanic Panic, and no-name Blondie here is dripping with lust rather than freak the out that a man with black eyes and red pupils wants to play games with her. Sure. As I watch the Sentinel lumber his way through this episode, crashing through buildings to find one mutant and showing no flexibility when the moment calls for it, I wonder why this thing was sent at all. Wait, why was this Sentinel sent at all? Sentinel sent at all. His name was Robert Paulson. Don't
worry, Cher, your insurance can handle it.
Because kids really want their hero to womanize and have a firm grasp of insurance policies. Also, this X-Men shopping spree to the mall on Sentinel Attack Day has evolved to the next level of convenience.
Hey, apprehend this!
Look, I know Gambit is a fan favorite, and they've been trying to get a solo film off the ground for what seems like 30 years now, but I'm just gonna say it, Gambit is one of the silliest X-Men ever created. He throws playing cards!
Energy blast, huh?
Yeah, because this Sentinel is programmed to snag Jubilee, but also hates Poles.
This is Professor Xavier. Code 3. We have an intruder.
Well, she's not really an intruder because you brought her here while she was unconscious. If anything, she's a kidnap victim trying to escape. But whatever helps you sleep better at night, Professor Exaggerate.
There you are, Wolverine.
Gambit says what just about every single viewer was saying when they had to wait 11 minutes to see the only X-Men character they knew.
Don't worry, Petit. You just hurt Wolverine's pride. That's all.
Yep, sadly, 63% of X-Men battles are started because Wolverine got upset about being bested by a girl.
Professor Xavier is our leader, and he has named us the X-Men.
Roll commercials.
Anybody notify the kid's parents?
Just now realizing that Will Arnett's Lego Batman voice was simply a second-rate Cal Dodd impersonation. Earlier, the cars had more realistic license plates, so I investigated the significance of these numbers, thinking there could be an Easter egg situation. I found a Butterick Renaissance sewing pattern, number 5656, which reminded me of Men in Tights, which reminded me that I have a strange mole that probably needs a second opinion, which reminded me how difficult it would be to get to the doctors right now, which reminded me that this world is insane, which reminded me that I want to distract myself with something entertaining, which reminded me that I am not entertained by this show.
These women, perhaps.
This is the second time security footage has been used from mall cameras, as if there were 4K options in 1992. If there were enough cameras to capture these highly specific angles, the image would be so zoomed out and grainy you wouldn't be able to tell a face from an ass.
I gotta make sure they're okay.
Haha, nobody expects a Sentinel to be hiding right next to a building. This tree does a great job if you don't notice anything else.
What's the matter? Teacher's pet got cold feet.
No, man, can't you see that Cyclops' stomach has been taken over by an octopus beak trying to rip a hole through his abdomen? He has serious issues to deal with here. Calm the down.
You know, I remember when I was 13, had me a boyfriend.
Music and stories? X that. Skip!
Hey, whenever I got into trouble at school, I used to turn myself into the principal.
Man, Morph seems like such a fun character to have on this show. Glad we're going to get to witness many adventures with him involved.
You're supposed to know everything, Beast. What makes us like we are, anyway?
You're telling me this conversation hasn't been addressed in however long they've been at the school together? And even if it hasn't, then why the would you ask it right in the middle of a goddamn mission? Derp-a-derp-a-doo, derp-a-doo-doo. Damn, I hate it when I install an amazing infrared laser security system and I forget about all the pipes that are lining the ceiling that some asshole can use to avoid them.
I wonder, security. Are any of us ever truly secure?
Everyone comes to the X-Men for the promises of action-packed mutant mayhem, but they stay for the philosophical discussions of our place in the world. I mean, does everyone have red hair?
I just wish I knew what was happening in there.
If that was me in there, you wouldn't have to worry.
Yeah, because he'd have the guards all cut up in a thought-provoking game of Old Maid. Seriously, fucking Gambit.
And I used to wonder how she acquired her nom de guerre.
Oh, shut the f*** up, Beast. No, you didn't.
Remember, no humans are to be harmed.
Except this guy. Storm electrocuted him instead of letting Wolverine slice him to pieces. That guy.
We're under attack. Report to the guard room immediately.
The vocal direction for this character was apparently sound like you were choking on a rutabaga, in case you confused it with Detroit, Alabama. I'm just gonna say it. You can use too much highlighter.
Don't get a mover!
Whomever is teaching the heroic one-liners class at Xavier's School for the Gifted Youngsters should be fired.
Move it before someone gets hurt.
Okay, but 4 seconds ago, Gambit killed these guys, so...
Blow it up.
Life don't get much better than this.
Doesn't it, though?
What's wrong, Gene?
She has a thin strip of fabric cutting off circulation to her wobble bagaga. Call Lilu! Get ice! No one will be seated during the emotional destruction of a co-worker's vehicle. We take you now to the emotional flashback driving Rocky IV portion of the X-Men series. Also, this is super weird. Wolverine is flashing back to what happened after the episode already showed them coming back from the battle. Why the Yee no!
Let's fly! Cyclops, move your butt!
But why? He seems to be the only one who can destroy the Sentinels. Everyone else is getting their asses kicked, and he's like, zap zap! We may not know why his laser eyes are inconsistent and sometimes lob a limb off and other times barely penetrate the armor, but he is the most effective weapon they have. I don't think this is how Storm could carry someone through the air. Cyclops looks like a stiff board rather than hanging onto her for dear life. She's barely touching his left bicep for f***'s sake, and he's just cruising like flying is his superpower.
Gotta be careful to pull out enough of your energy to stop you without hurting you.
Yeah, a lot of mutants self-narrate their abilities while they're using them. That's perfectly normal. But what isn't normal is your hand suddenly changing colors. Rogue should see a doctor right away because her gang made her green.
And now, the President of the United States.
And now, someone get me a tub of bleach or a blowtorch because these televisions have been overtaken with black mold. I'm sure whatever she's saying cannot be as important as identifying what the sort of bird this is. It's a turkey vulture, isn't it? A golden goddamn turkey vulture.
Yeah, why don't you go back to the freak show?
Man, this random bar asshole is Jack Nicholsoning so hard, I would give all the sins back if he started talking about how we need him on that wall.
Done nothing wrong. You just want to help her. And you have.
He is not. See, they don't have to be stealthy when they follow their target because they're protected by the love of children everywhere, except for Morph. Nobody loved Morph and he died.
All right!
But what was stopping her from opening these on her own? She can short-circuit machines, and when she was bound earlier, worked just fine. So they can kick the Sentinels' asses with minimal differences from the first fight we saw. This fight is much better, and it confirms my suspicion that they let Morph die because his laugh was just the worst.
Is that all of them?
Ain't that enough?
You guys are the best foster parents I ever had.
Wow, that was a whole lot of build-up to, well, nothing.
You will come to visit us, won't you?
Does a mall baby chili fries?
Could have just said rarely.
I won't go schizo, will I?
There's a distinct possibility.
Make sure you click that bell icon.
Sellouts.
But clicking the little bell icon is how you make sure you get notified every time we release a video. So click it.
Sellouts.
I am the Martian ambassador. We come in peace.
Run, girl! Run!
Run, Forrest, run!
The slight scent of weed. Chili. He thinks he's caught me off guard. Oh my god, I've caught him off guard.
Phenomenal cosmic powers!
Itty bitty living space.
Did you find the child?
Give me the child.
Sarah, beware. I have been generous up until now.
I want to ask you some questions, Jubilee.
Have you ever walked out of a mall into a huge parking area and realized you'd forgotten where you parked your car?
Ever gone mountain biking? What do you want to be when you grow up? What's the right tip? Have you called a plumber to your home lately?
Halt! Put your hands up!
Stop! Or I'll say stop again.
I come in peace.
And you go in pieces, asshole.
I've taken enough from you!
I will you, all right? I will enter you.